So this is going to be a relaxing video. You know, it's Sunday. I'm feeling good. I'm going to be participating in Simpsons Sunday again, starting that back up. You guys should participate too if you like The Simpsons. You know, so just everybody sit back, relax, and watch me rant and enjoy this Sunday. Hey, what's going on, everyone? So basically I just wanted to talk about what's been happening, you know, with PewDiePie. You know, I already made a video about it, but I've been seeing a lot of people comparing this to like GamerGate. They're saying this is the new GamerGate, and actually people are starting to say that, or calling it PewDieGate. And it was funny because a few days ago I was talking to a few people about this, and we were coming up with names, and you know, this is the one that stuck. PewDieGate, I guess, is what people are calling it, and I just wanted to examine that because is PewDieGate the new GamerGate? And I would say yes and no. Like, say this is one of the biggest things that have happened with like journalists and stuff like that in the recent years. And for people that don't know what GamerGate is, let me break it down real quick. Basically, GamerGate happened around 2014, so I wouldn't blame people if they didn't know what it was. But basically what you had was like this indie video game developer, Zoe Quinn. She was basically whoring herself out, sleeping with a few different dudes. I think it was 5 guys, and she was kind of getting like, you know, favors, benefits, you know, just, you know, she was kind of whoring herself out. And her boyfriend wrote a blog and basically exposed the whole thing, and people were calling it the 5 Guys like controversy or whatever. And instead of like you know, online publications and video game journalists and stuff like that, instead of them like shaming her and saying what she was doing is despicable, they took the fucking low road, and they all conspired together and started writing articles saying that, you know, video gamers are dead, like the age of the gamer is dead, and they said that we're just a bunch of basement dwellers and we hate women in gaming. You know, we hate female gamers, which is the stupidest thing ever, because most gamers that I know love women that play video games because it's a shared common interest, you know, that just, it's kind of an obvious thing when you think about it. But yeah, so they took that route, and basically it really came out that there was some conspiring going on because they all wrote, you know, emails to each other saying let's put out stuff at the same time, and that's what happened. All of a sudden GamerGate was born, and it was just a huge fought battle. I hate fucking calling it a battle, but it was like a virtual battle, and there was just a lot of people, a lot of mud being slang. You had Anita Sarkeesian, Brianna Wu, just a bunch of fucking idiots just making a bunch of horrible things, probably knew exactly what they were doing, just profiting off of like knowing that, oh, feminism's big right now and we're gonna talk about yeah, like gamers are shitheads. And it got so big to the point where Law and Order SVU actually made an episode about it and say like women in gaming is the problem, you know, women are just being harassed because, you know, these basement dwellers don't want female gamers for some fucking reason, and it just blew way out of proportion. But in the long run, pretty much people came out on top. Like people like, you know, Kotaku and Polygon, Gawker, all the people that they were involved with, they didn't stand a chance. They lost millions of dollars in like ad revenue and sponsors and stuff like that because people were tired of their bullshit, you know. And now say the same thing might happen with the Wall Street Journal and other fucking online mainstream media that's, you know, that have been attacking PewDiePie. Now, one of the reasons why I don't completely compare it to GamerGate or say this is the new GamerGate is because, you know, PewDiePie pretty much already won. Like, he's already had so many people back him up, and this is because things like GamerGate have already happened. You know, it was one of the biggest things that there was a lot of people that had to stay silent, a lot of people in the video game industry that couldn't, you know, that had to stay apolitical, and they couldn't chime in. But, you know, as the years have passed, as you see all these identity politics and a lot of bullshit that has been coming out, a lot of people are getting sick and tired of it, and they have been speaking their minds, like, say, like JonTron, for example. There's a lot of people that just came out in support of PewDiePie instantly, instead of wanting to get wrapped up in the whole mess and stuff and being like, I need to make sure I stay political so I don't get shat on. There's a lot of people that are like, fuck it, dude, we need to stand up because this is absolutely ridiculous. Like, clearly, you know, PewDiePie isn't a fucking anti-Semite or a Nazi or whatever, a fascist. So this kind of got, you know, put out pretty quick. Now there's some people in the mainstream media, in the online media, that are still trying to hold on because they're trying to stay relevant, and this is why things like this happen in the first place. But it's fucking really weird because it's like they haven't learned anything from what has happened with GamerGate or anything, or say what's happened with Trump. You know, everybody's shitting on Trump, calling him a racist, sexist, bigot, homophobe, all that fucking shit, and people are tired of hearing that, and all of a sudden then he gets elected, he's the president, you know. That was a major push. There's a lot of people that voted for that very reason, and you have a lot of people that are supporting PewDiePie much more than ever, people that are subscribing to him that never really bothered with him before, just in solidarity, because they're just tired of what's been fucking happening. I'm tired of it. I mean, the reason why my channel even started was because of GamerGate. Shit like this, just the lack of ethics in journalism, people just shitting all over people's integrity and just acting like you're dumb fucking children. So I wanted a fucking game. I wanted to start a gaming channel. I just wanted to do stupid shit. I just wanted to have fun. But then when things like GamerGate happened, and then they tried to bring something, they tried to bring metal into it. You know, a lot of you people know that I'm into metal, and I'm like, dude, stop talking about sexism and this and that and racism and metal. People don't really care for the most part. Yeah, every once in a while we can talk about the subjects, but most people just want to hear some heavy fucking music. And that's where it stopped, and that shit got stamped out right away. But unfortunately, you know, GamerGate carried on for a long time, but I don't see the same thing happening with PewDieGate. I think that, say, after a month or so, like, you know, things are going to relatively go back to normal. There's going to be a hard-fought battle. People aren't that stupid anymore. People, and I don't say stupid, I'd say they're not that ignorant anymore. After things like GamerGate and just with Trump and stuff that's happening, people are starting to realize that how fucking dishonest the mainstream media and other outlets are being. And it's a beautiful thing, you know, it's a beautiful thing seeing just the wave and just the direction that things are going, that say, you know, alternative media is really truly taking over. You know, and of course there's a lot of bad alternative media. You know, I'm not gonna say that this alternative media is just the shit and it's just the best thing, but it's cool that there's a lot of people that are just being straight up. There's people that are just want to get some information out there and they don't have any ulterior motives. And obviously the other media that's been there, you know, you call them the dinosaur media, whatever you want to call them, they're fucking threatened. And I talked about that in my other video, because what other end game could they have? What other reason would they have to do something this fucking stupid? I mean, they're not brain dead morons, you know, they're not. I mean, maybe they are to a certain extent, because maybe they know the type of backlash they would get, but at the same time, I feel like they had to have known that they were gonna get shat on. You know, maybe this is the swan song. Maybe this was something like some type of swan song, because I also think about like what Gawker did. You guys remember Gawker? I already mentioned them a little bit before. Remember the last thing that they did? They tried to go after Hulk Hogan, you know, with the sex tape thing, and then he sued, and because of and to counter their lawsuit, instead of trying to do it legally, they just leaked some transcript of him being racist and saying nigger a few times and stuff like that.
You're not gonna release that tape, brother. You're fucking with the wrong dude, brother. I'm gonna run wild in your ass. So what you gonna do when Hulkamania sues you?
Where it hurt his career a little bit, he fucking destroyed them, got millions of dollars, and then Gawker was fucking shut down. And I'm just like, so where's the end game? Was this a swan song for Gawker too? You know, like, so I'm seeing that, like, I don't understand what's going on, but at the same time, I'm glad shit like this is happening. You know, it's kind of needed, because there's a lot of people like me and just on YouTube or wherever that have been talking so much shit about the mainstream media, saying that how dishonest and how distrustful they are, and there's still plenty of people that are trying to latch onto them. You have so many other people that were sharing articles about PewDiePie being a Nazi, and it was ridiculous. I couldn't fucking believe it. Like, I honestly thought, like, say, the Wall Street Journal, their piece would kind of just fizzle out immediately. I didn't think that it would gain so much traction to the point where Disney and Maker Studios would sever ties with them. I honestly thought that, like, say, Maker Studios or Disney or whatever would be like, you know what, dude, we stand with PewDiePie. We looked into this and this is obviously bullshit. But it's very telling to why this happened, though, because this wouldn't be able to happen in the current state, you know, like if it wasn't like, say, feminism and political correctness wasn't on the rise, you know, in the current year that, like, everybody, there's supposed to be, like, you know, tolerance across the board and nobody can be offended. This is the only reason it feels like they just got scared and they had to just cut ties immediately before there was any type of shit show, you know, like, oh, fucking the Daily Stormer fucking has some PewDiePie imagery on their website and stuff as jokes and stuff, and now, like, we have to sever ties, like, automatically. Like, that's fucked up, dude. Like, I think there was just some mass overreaction, and like I said, in about a month, I think things will start to calm the fuck down, and then, you know, the people that were, you know, considered very credible before, you know, are just going to fizzle the fuck out, you know, and like I said, it's a beautiful thing. Anyways, guys, I'm probably not going to talk about this that much anymore. I'm probably going to start going back to my regular scheduled videos. I really am starting to get things together. I'm actually in talks of moving again. You know, I'm more in the LA area, but I actually want to be closer to my hometown in Orange County, so you're going to see a different setup again. And I'm probably, honestly, I'm going to ditch the green screen too. I'm probably just going to have just to set up something like this, and then maybe use the green screen for certain skits or whatever. But I just kind of like saying more, I like more natural feel to it and stuff like that. It's, you know, I just use the green screen a lot because it's fun, you know, it's fun, and it's just, you know, cut out all the bullshit and maybe just focus on me. But whatever, I usually like this better, or you guys let me know what the fuck you like. But anyways, let me just stay a little bit on topic and say, what do you guys think about the situation? Do you think it's fair to call it PewDieGate? Do you think it's kind of ridiculous? It's cringy? I know a lot of people are tired of the whole gate thing, you know. I'm seeing people hashtag GateGate because it's just, dude, everything's a fucking gate, like. But yeah, I mean, this is what happens when people conspire, do some stupid shit, and then they done goof, you know. But yeah, so I'll have another video up in a few days, a couple of days, or whatever. And you guys have a wonderful day and take care.
And don't forget to eat your vitamins and fuck your bitches, brother.